We all know those people who are lazy. And I don't mean lazy as in tired all the time. I mean lazy, as in someone who doesn't do any work for themselves and rides on the coattails of others. In the story of Mother Holle, taken from Grimm's Tales for Young and Old, translated by Ralph Manheim, we learn that when we work hard, we will be rewarded for it. And if we're lazy, well, let's just say situations can get a bit sticky. Once upon a time, there lived a widow in a far-off land. She had 2 daughters, one who was beautiful and hardworking, and the other who was rather ugly and lazy. Nonetheless, the widow was much fonder of that daughter because she was her own. So naturally, the widow forced her stepdaughter to become the household slave, and every day this poor girl would have to sit by the well and spin until her fingers bled. But one day, it so happened that when she was cleaning off the spindle in the well, it slipped from her fingers and fell to the bottom. She then ran home to her mother. Mother, I kind of dropped the spindle in the well. You did what? You dropped the spindle in the well? Well, then you can go get it out. Now go. The poor girl burst in tears and ran back to the well. She had no idea how she could possibly get the spindle out, so she decided that she would jump in. However, she hit her head and lost consciousness. And when she awoke, she was in a beautiful meadow. The sun was shining and there were thousands of vibrant flowers all around. As any curious person would do, she began to explore. She came to a baker's oven that was full of bread, and cried after it, help me, take me out or I'll burn! I was done long ago! The girl quickly found a baker's oven, baker's shovel, and took the loaves of bread out. She kept going on her way, and she came to an old apple tree.
Well, hey there, baby. What's shaking? Speaking of shaking, would you mind shaking me because these apples are ripe and they're really heavy?
So the girl grabbed the tree and shook it with all her might. The apples fell like rain, and after she piled them up, she went on her way. When she came to this cabin, where there lived a peculiar old woman. Why, hey there, sugar. What's cracking? Speaking of, what are you doing here? Well, you see, I kinda fell into a well, hit my head, and I ended up here. Oh, girl, that happens all the time. I really need to get that well fixed. Anyway, I have a proposition for you. How about you stay here and work for me, and if you do, you won't regret it. I'm Mother Holle. Well, all right. The two shook on it, and the girl began her work immediately. At Mother Holle's, her life was great. Every day there was a splendid meal, and she never heard a harsh word from Mother Holle. But one day, she grew sad. At first she didn't know why, but then she realized that she was homesick. The next day, she confronted Mother Holle. Mother Holle, I miss my abusive, hurtful family. Can I please go back to them? Well, girl, you could have gone back anytime you wanted to. In fact, I'll take you there myself. So Mother Holle led her to a grand door. She opened it, and the girl went through it. But when she went through it, golden rain fell down from the sky. That's your reward for working so hard. Now go have a great life. Mother Holle shut the door, and the girl was back in the world. When she went inside the house to her mother and her stepsister, they were overjoyed. Not because she was alive or anything, but because she was covered in gold. And naturally, the widow wanted the same thing for her own daughter, so she told her to sit by the well and spin. But she kind of cheated. She pricked her finger and ran her hands through bramble bushes. She then threw the spindle down the well and jumped in after it. And like her sister, she lost consciousness and woke up in the same meadow. She began going along the same path as her sister. She came to the same baker's oven. Help me, take me out. Nope. I might ruin my manicure if I take you out, so, no. Then she came to the old apple tree.
Well, hey there, what's shaking?
No. You see, if I shake your apples on them, might fall on my head and ruin my hairdo, so not gonna do that either. When she came to Mother Holle's house, she immediately agreed to work for her. Now, on the first day, she did everything that she was told. Then, on the next day, she began slacking off. Now, on the third day, she didn't even get out of bed. Mother Holle had enough of her ways and decided to send her away. Now, of course, the ugly, lazy daughter was overjoyed because she thought she would get her reward now. But when she passed through the door, instead of gold rain falling down her, sticky black tar fell on her instead. That's what you get for being so lazy. Maybe next time you'll work hard. Then Mother Holle shut the door and the girl was back in the world. No matter how hard she tried, she couldn't get the tar off. You see, hard work, if you work hard, you'll be rewarded for it. And if you're lazy, well, let's just say that things can still get sticky.